Hello guys! Welcome back to another cold episode. On today's episode, we are back here with another anime podcast, and this time we will be talking about Kaguya-Sama, the new 2019 winter anime that just came out and just ended its first season. The rom-com that is absolutely hilarious.
I love it. That's all. We'll get more into it, but continue.
No, that was it.
No, that was
Absolutely. It sounded like you were
that was our opening
about that, but okay.
No, this is just how I end my sentences.
Rom-com is my guilty pleasure. I love rom-com.
See, my guilty... No, I'm sorry. I was gonna say something, but...
We're not gonna talk about those shows because...
Hentai.
Quinn.
Dang it, that's what I was gonna say.
They got
I knew it! I took a stab in the dark and I got it!
It's not just you that knew it. I knew it. The audience knew it. If we have an audience, they knew it.
Oh.
I watched these, so therefore I am the audience, so therefore I knew it, so therefore, yes, they did.
What?
They being you.
They being me.
Because you're obviously the only one that watches
I am the
these.
only person. I watch them 14 times over.
Well, I don't know if you just like put it on mute and then like play and then put on repeat, like because that's an option. Play on a loop.
I should do that.
And then
I
just go-
should just
and
play
then just
it
go
on
to
a
bed.
loop.
We got 200 views!
Guys, look
man.
at
Just get like a bunch of
Look
watch
at that.
time. Just like, guys, I can make money now.
Oh my gosh.
That's
It would take
dumb.
like 5 computers and devices or more to be able to make money, and that's like all day long looping episods.
A
Just make like a bunch
Kaguya-Sama
of
though.
different... Oh yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Whoa, sorry guys, that was.
Whew. You just have one computer on several different accounts, just watching it on repeat.
Oh my goodness.
The lowest quality. Just
Jeez.
as many as you can.
Anyway,
Anyway,
not that
that's not what I do, I swear.
Okay, if we did that, we'd have a lot more views. Anyway.
But Kaguya-Sama is a rom-com that is Quinn's guilty pleasure.
I mean, back in the day, Gamers was my guilty pleasure. Now, it's Kaguya-Sama. Sorry, Dirty Children was also my guilty pleasure.
Dude, I love that.
Back
Okay,
in
we're
the
not
day,
talking
like
about that.
2016.
Yeah, I was gonna say neither of those shows are old.
Back
like-
in the day, as in a few years ago, yeah.
Like, Gamers was
Less than
2017.
3.
Yeah.
No, I thought it was 2016. Was it 20? I thought it was 2016. Either Sure Dure Children or Gamers was 2016. Either way. Not inherently old.
Mm-hmm.
Not old at all. I mean,
Yeah. But, overall, Kaguya-Sama is incredibly funny. And I think that's one thing that it has above Gamers and Sure Dure Children, in my opinion, is that it is significantly funnier.
Yeah.
it's also a different kind of funny.
Yeah.
It is.
Yes. Yeah, it's less of like the romantic mishap and more of just the social...
It's more like mental battles is
Yeah.
what's so funny about
Mm-hmm.
Kaguya-Sama. Love is War.
Yeah,
Love is War. Subtitle. And it is, apparently.
it is.
For
It
them.
is.
It should
They
be.
both make it incredibly over-dramatic. And they say,
Wait.
you will confess first.
Uh-huh.
They like each other, but they won't admit it.
The best part about the show...
Hold on. They literally... The concept of the show is, what if we paired a tsundere with a tsundere? And it worked. And it's hilarious. If you don't know what a tsundere is, it's basically just someone who likes another person, but doesn't ever say it, and doesn't want to confess to it. Like, one of the biggest tsunderes is Asuna from Sword Art Online. She is a classic tsundere. And eventually she does become
Regular
a
girl.
regular girlfriend.
But,
You know.
But
10
she
episodes
starts
in.
out, she starts out as a tsundere. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You're stupid. You say dumb things, and I don't like you. She liked him.
Baka! Anyway.
Yep. I would say the best part is the narrator.
Yes.
The narrator's so funny.
He's so good.
Best girl.
I mean, over Chica?
Yes.
Whoa.
Whoa.
No, that's a lie.
Whoa.
Chica's definitely best.
No, Kaguya's best.
Fight me!
Kaguya's best.
Let's go. Let's throw it out.
Oh boy.
I'm throwing... I don't have a glove. I went to take off a glove and I don't have
Honestly,
one.
I don't know. Like towards the end of this season, I was really liking Hayasaka. Like, I know she's not as big of a role, but like the stuff that she does do is really awesome. Holy cow! Kaguya's like handmaiden lady.
Oh yeah, she's amazing.
Yeah, I love her. She's so good.
Because of the bath episode.
What? No, that's not it. I mean, that's a little bit of it, but that's not it.
I mean,
Hey.
I mean...
but
We didn't
does
get a beach episode, but we got a bath episode. So
Hey.
in the very last
Hey.
episode.
Chica was on the beach.
for like 12 seconds.
Still on the beach.
And her three sisters, or no, two. And they look identical, practically. They've got different lengths of
Yeah.
hair.
But I can still tell which one Chica was.
Uh,
Because Chica's best girl. And her boobs are bigger.
You could.
Okay, all of her sisters' boobs are huge, though.
Well, compared to Kaguya, yeah.
She doesn't have boobs.
Exactly, that's
Kaguya
the point.
basically just doesn't have any.
She's
boobs.
pretty
It's so
fat.
sad. It's so sad.
But, I mean, also, she's real cute without them. So, I mean, I'm
She's
not complaining.
adorable the way she is.
Yeah.
That was a funny way to say that. But she's cute without boobs.
So,
It's like,
you know, I don't know.
it's like,
Not every girl needs to have huge tits to be pretty.
you are right.
Like, that's my point. That's all.
Okay. It was just funny the way you said it, that's all.
Oh.
Anyway. You were
Remember
saying something.
that time I told you guys about, like, I started the episode and I thought it was going to be a beach episode because I
Yes.
saw the first 3 seconds and but I didn't tell them, so.
That was so sad.
And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not mentally prepared for this. And so I, like, stopped watching that episode. I went to watch something else. Turns out it wasn't a beach episode. It was, like, 12 seconds of beach time with Chica and her sisters.
Which is sad.
Yeah. The ramen
The ramen
episode
was
so good.
Yes, it was. And this is why Chica's best girl.
This reason right here. Yeah. Yeah.
And the mental conversation of the ramen connoisseur guy with himself, he's like, will she do it? No!
She did. The garlic!
And then the ramen, like, the guy that runs this shop, like, looks at him.
Like they know.
Like, they
Just like,
both are on the same wavelength.
he's one of the ramen kings.
Extra stiff noodles. Whoa. Bold choice.
Super firm.
She
Super
might be
firm.
one of the greatest ramen tasters in the world. And then he looks at him and he's like, wait. She's done with her noodles. What is she gonna do next? And they're both watching her intently.
And she's like glowing with happiness as she sips it. And they're like,
No, she cracks the garlic in it first.
oh my gosh, when she cracks the garlic, it's like I'll take a chip and eat it. She grabs that garlic and she's like, boom!
And they're like,
take a chip and eat it. That was my favorite scene.
Death Note
Oh my
reference.
gosh.
Anyway,
It was over.
Dang
the
it, guys,
top
we're
and I
doing it
loved
again.
it. I know.
What?
That's what I love.
Then-
That's what's so
guy.
good about this show, though.
anyway. We said before the episode, me and Quinn were talking, and we were just like, okay, we're going to try and stay away from just fangasming over it and just being like, this show is amazing.
Okay, but why do we like it?
Yes. That's what we want to get into.
Okay.
Why do we like it? What
Let's analyze this.
makes this show so good? You had a great metaphor. Bring it up,
Okay.
please.
So, in most rom-coms,
Don't
whether it's
hurt yourself.
Just go! Shut
Okay.
up, Quinn.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
I feel like he's gonna scream on camera. It's
I will contain myself.
deep breaths.
In most rom-coms, there's like the two main characters that are like flirting, but also not flirting. Whatever you call that, like where they're kind of
They're flirting.
Yeah, but divisively.
They're being facetious,
or something.
I think.
But like,
oh, I look like an anime character.
Yeah.
and a lot of times, like they, in a lot of rom-coms, they start out not liking each other, and then like they realize, oh, I really do like this person a lot, and then, like at some point, something happens. They kiss, or they sometimes get married at the end of the movie. Like something happens. There is closure there. There's a climax. There's completion. And so my metaphor for what Kaguya-sama is it's like an entire season at least so far. I mean, there's more.
Hopefully,
Books
we don't know.
after this, but it's an entire season of metaphorical foreplay. You never get to completion. They don't ever acknowledge that they like each other or kiss or anything. Nothing happens, and it's so frustrating.
That is kind of... There's two different points to rom-coms. One, love makes cool-headed, smart people do stupid things.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hysterical to watch.
Yeah.
Right? Two, they keep you on edge. It's the will they, won't they? Which is why they can't finish it, because then you don't have that anymore.
It's just like, they've done the thing. Yay. They're married. They've done the kissing. They've done the do.
Not sponsored.
See, that's...
What? That's one of their ad campaigns is...
That was a good one, actually.
Thank you, Quentin.
Sometimes I'm like, that was a really bad joke, Tanner, but that one was pretty good.
Anyway,
miss ratio is like
worse than
it's like a
Stormtrooper.
1 out of 10.
Oh, hey, better than Stormtrooper.
Yeah.
Now with the new movies, no.
Me? Yeah.
Well, I guess they did get a little better.
No, the new movie.
8 was terrible.
Anyway,
anime, right? Kaguya-Sama Love is War.
yes. So, yeah, with rom-coms, you can't really get that complete finish, otherwise the story ends. Which is also why in other rom-coms you don't get them, like at most you get something like a kiss, or they hold hands, or they tell each other that they love
Or there's
each
one of
other.
those things.
Oh, the head pat.
Yes.
I was real confused.
The head
pats.
pat is a thing, and it's
Oh,
adorable.
Oh,
and
are we
I
going to talk
love
about the
it.
time that the freaking student president Kaicho, what is his name? Shigaraki Fujiwara.
Fujiwara.
I don't know names. Don't ask me for names.
Because, yeah, Shigaraki
Fujiwara.
And she's Shinomiya Kaguya. My brain just derped on the name.
Yes.
It's
anyway,
it's hard to
so
remember.
she was sick. He was there visiting her, like trying to comfort her, make her feel better, whatever. And she was way out of it. And he was also very tired. And she just like grabs his wrist and yoinks him into bed. And he's like, okay.
And they slept there.
And he, no. Okay, first he's like, what do I do? But also he was really tired. And he was laying down. And he's like, and he fell asleep. And then she wakes up feeling better. And she's not out of it anymore. She looks over like, what?
That one's pretty funny. And I love how that one ends in the next episode.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's where that episode ended, and then the next episode they went back and talked about it, where they were kind of mad at each other.
Mm-hmm. He was frustrated with her for being mad at him for pulling him. It was, yeah. They were both frustrated with each other.
Yeah.
She
Finish
was like,
that sentence. I got confused.
okay. She was frustrated with him for allowing himself to be pulled into bed by her.
And he was
Frustrated with her for being mad at him for allowing her to pull him into bed with her.
for pulling
Wow.
him into bed with her.
Yes. But she was also frustrated because she was like, what if he did something? But then she was double frustrated because she was like, what if he didn't do something?
And then they found out that he didn't do anything, and that they didn't do anything because they checked the sheets.
Nothing happened. Again, he fell asleep. She was way out of it. They were both asleep.
It was really cute to see her
It was.
be just as angry. To think that he would be in bed with her and not
try,
touch her
not even try anything
or do anything, as she was angry with him with the whole situation.
But
in the
wait,
first
am I remembering
place.
this right?
It was so funny.
Didn't
You're probably remembering it wrong.
never mind.
But
Anyway, they meet in the hallway, and he says that he touched her lips
I wasn't wrong.
with his finger.
okay.
Yeah,
And
and
then
she's like,
he does it to him,
and then they're both like,
and then she says, "We'll call it even." And then she leaves it. It's like,
And that's
Adorable.
probably, I think that's the most, like,
that's the most.
contact
Yeah.
they have,
this is
honestly.
the most contact they have in the
Yeah.
entire show.
But, overall, what is it? We've talked about several moments that are incredibly entertaining, tending to be towards the back half of the show. But overall, what makes this show so entertaining? What do you love about this show?
I like everyone knows how it feels to be in love, but is too afraid to do anything about it.
Yeah.
Wow. Like, I go back to a good example is from gamers when they're texting. No, not gamers.
That's
children when they're
Uh-huh.
texting, and then you type out this big long text, and then you're like, I can't send that, and then you delete the whole thing. They do that a little bit in Kaguya, but they do that with their words when they're talking to each other all the time. We're like, I'm gonna say,
They
no, I'm
completely
not gonna
censor
say that.
themselves
I'm
all
gonna
the
say
time.
this. I'm not gonna say that, because they're just way too afraid. And it's really cute to see that.
Well, and part of it is just how prideful both of them are. They're like,
Uh-huh.
I will not be the one to first show weakness, which
It's the whole concept of two tsunderes being paired up together and liking each other. Because they're both so prideful, like, I will not say that I like you first. I will make
when you say it, then I'll be like, oh yes, I like you back. But neither of them are going to say it first. So it's like...
And rather than it being like, a tsundere is paired up with the just clueless dolt, it's a tsundere paired up with another tsundere, and they both know they like each other, but they also both think that the other person doesn't like them, kind of, but they also know that they do, but they kind of don't. And it's that whole dynamic of... It's a very different kind of will they, won't they. It's not like, do they like each other? Are they gonna find out that they like each other? It's more like, when are they going to just freaking confess?
Yes.
Like, I'm sick and tired of it, but also, I love it because it's hilarious.
Yeah.
There's also to take into consideration, both of them are incredibly intelligent. And so, like, every interaction with them is super analyzed, and they have moves planned ahead to, like, counteract whatever situation or type.
What I love about that is the president, what's his name? Fujiwara. He is super good and super...
No. Fujiwara is Chika. Fujiwara.
Oh, flip, you're right.
Oh, you're right, Fujiwara.
See, that's why I know that name.
I was like,
it's
no,
best
you're
girl.
wrong.
President Kaijo.
Chika Fujiwara.
Kaijo-san.
President
Uh,
Shino.
No, it's Shigaraki. It's his last name, at least.
Okay.
Because Shinomi is
he's
Kaguya.
Yeah, it is.
Give me a sec.
I can't
Carry
do
on.
names. He's super good on his feet. He's really good in the moment of figuring out what to do and then doing it. And then Kaguya
Is like the opposite.
She plans ahead and she sets up the entire thing.
Literally days ahead of like a scheme that she has
Uh-huh.
to try to get him to confess to her.
Uh-huh. And then afterwards, if it because President is so good on his feet that he thinks up of something and it starts working, that she's actually really bad on her feet.
Mm-hmm.
Really bad at improvising.
And that's where things like
It's hysterical.
having the narrator and having like who won today's battle is super cool and super fun to watch, because at the end of each episode or each like snippet vignette, you get the like who won today's battle, right? And if Shinomiya wins, Kaguya wins, then you get like Kaguya wins. But most of the time, it's because the president wasn't able to think on his feet, and like the plan was carried out to perfection, or because Chika sided with Kaguya in the battle, I guess.
And sometimes
side is not right.
Chika wins, and sometimes no one wins.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, but when Kaguya wins, it's because her plan did follow through.
I was wrong. It's not Shigaraki. It's Shirogane.
Shirogane.
We rarely hear his first name.
And what's the other guy's name?
It's Miyuki. Ishigami?
Ishigami.
Yeah.
I love Ishigami.
He's so good.
But yeah, and then when the president wins, it's because of like he gets through the entire plan of Kaguya, and then she just can't think on her feet, or because Chika exists.
She always throws a wild card into the mix, and it's hilarious.
Not always, but whenever she's there, that card is in play.
Yeah.
It's not like she always plays it, which is cool to see, but it's always there. And sometimes you have...
There's this whole, like, mental battle going on between the two of them. They're just going at it. And then Chica walks in, and it all just ends. Suddenly the game is over.
She's, like, the biggest
You eat the cake. You eat the cake. You eat the cake. Then she walks in and just, like, picks up the cake and eats it. And you're like... Okay. The game's over. The fight is over.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like
or
that.
like they both rushing for the pastry in the very first episode, and she's already eaten it.
She's already eaten it.
They're just like. So yeah, it's
she always just messes things up, and it's great.
And
she's very out of it. Like, she's not dumb. She's
incredibly intelligent.
Naive.
I mean, she goes to the best school.
Everyone at the school is
very smart.
It's like a, what do they call it?
It's a school for rich kids and smart kids.
Yeah,
Ooh,
basically.
What are you doing with your thumb?
Kaguya is rich.
My soul.
Kaicho is not. He's just really smart, and so he
incredibly intelligent.
Tested into the school. Basically.
He's just super smart and super hardworking.
That being said, they're the two smartest ones in their grade.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's a point of competition between them. There's an episode that has to do with that. With like
episode's funny because the narrator keeps saying he's lying, she's lying.
It's so funny.
It's pretty great.
They're like, "Oh yeah, I don't care about it that much. I didn't study at all," and they're like, "He's lying.
He's lying."
Yep. But
I totally studied. He's lying. It's great.
Yes, but overall, I think one thing that I really enjoyed about watching this show was that each character fulfilled a different role.
Mm-hmm.
And even when they introduced Ishigami,
I love him.
He, like, at first you kind of thought he was going to have a similar role to Chika just because of, like, there's not really more than 3 roles, right? You have the 2 people battling each other and then the chaos, right? And then Ishigami brought in an entirely different role of just, like, making whatever side of the battle even more dynamic and dangerous, right? Whether it be for the president and him realizing that, like, Kaguya might kill Ishigami, or, like, for Kaguya to, like, feel threatened or just annoyed by by Ishigami, just his presence and his overall just stupidity and lack of social awareness and stuff like that. And just he brought an entirely different aspect than Chika, which is like she was the agent of chaos. And it was really cool to see all of these characters work so well together. And I think that was one of my favorite things. It's just all of the cast members were really entertaining.
Yeah,
absolutely.
When you have good characters, when you've written your characters very well, the story writes itself. And so that's true of Avatar. I think I've already said that. That's true of Konosuba. That's the reason why Konosuba is so fetchin' hysterical. And it's the same for this one as well, I would say. that they're well written, and you know how that character thinks, and so you can deduce what they're going to do, and they do it, and it's hysterical.
Which is why Chica's the best.
And so you already, like, when the situation arises and you've been watching the show for a little while, you know how each character feels and how they think. And then, yeah. And so whenever this person says this, it's funny to this person because of something that's not even said sometimes.
Chun Chun.
No, it's
Is it?
it's like Chi-Chi or something.
I think it's Chun Chun.
Chun Chun Maru.
Chun Chun Maru is the name
Yeah,
of...
I know. I think it's Chun Chun. Okay, look it up. Look it up.
He's looking something up.
I know exactly what I'm looking up.
Okay.
Google Translate.
It wouldn't be the same.
It wouldn't. What is it?
We're not doing spoilers?
Yeah, I mean...
Have we done any spoilers so far?
I mean,
kind of.
there really isn't anything to spoil. It's
We
just
just
like,
talked about the show. I mean,
It's true.
it's not like
I wanted to talk about the last... What?
Chin-Chin.
Chin Chin.
Oh, that episode.
I was close.
Chin Chin.
Anyway,
Kaguya is very sheltered, that's all.
very, very sheltered.
She
It was
doesn't know
fun
it.
finding out
Yeah.
how sheltered she was.
It was.
Yes, it was.
Okay, let's move on. We've talked a lot about how good the characters are and how good the writing is and what makes it funny.
What else are we...
So, we have plenty of things to talk about.
How long are we making?
Let's move on to... Don't worry, I got it. Let's move on to the opening,
The opening's good.
because the opening is really good. It's really entertaining. There are a lot of visual, not effects, but like...
Kind of.
Kind of. There's a lot of like visual...
Themes, motifs. What's it called?
No. I guess visual effects. Like special moments in the animation that make it feel kind of like a spy movie.
Yes.
In the opening, like...
They're looking at each other and there's the heart that shows up in their eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And they're looking at each other so confident. And then later, like right after, they look at each other and they get kind of close and they both get flustered and embarrassed.
Mm-hmm.
And it's great.
Yeah. And it's stuff like that. But it kind of reminded me of like Mr. and Mrs. Smith. If anyone has seen that show. Because it's just like, at least in the opening, that's what it seemed like, where they're just like two combatants that love each other, but they're not gonna say it, but they're totally fighting against each other. And that's what it kind of felt like in the opening, where each person was trying to get the other the upper hand, and like it kind of just felt like
a bunch of different weapons.
Yeah, it kind of felt like a James Bond kind of opening as well.
Kind of. I
But
like the song.
yes,
The song did not feel James Bond.
no, it didn't. Yes, that is true. That being said, the opening song is very entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
I think overall, I don't know. I just really like the opening.
I like how it reinforced the idea of that we're fighting.
Mm-hmm.
That we like each other, but we are fighting. And so they always got a weapon in their hand. They got a gun or something, or they're behind each other with weapons pointed at each other.
Mm-hmm.
And because it's kind of how it is with when you like someone, it's so scary that you have to defend yourself.
And also, you can use
So they're always fighting each other.
something
for that
against
reason.
them, right? You have your own weapon against them, kind of thing. And it's really funny to watch. Plus, you just get like some really good animation,
Yeah.
and it's overall pretty cute. It's like a cute spy movie opening.
Yes.
It's a cute rom-com spy movie opening. I think that's the best way to describe it.
That's a fun way to describe
There's
it.
lots of hearts and heart explosions.
Lots of hearts. The entire school building explodes into hearts.
Yeah.
It's great. All right.
Like Ribrianne.
So the endings.
Moving on to the endings. Thank you.
You're welcome.
The first ending, or the overall
The
ending.
overall ending, it's
pretty good.
Yeah.
It's not...
they're in the sky, there's planes, there's a blimp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's more to break down than just that, but it's pretty simple. It's pretty much just like...
It's really pretty.
Yeah. Good animation.
kind of like... It's like a dream of Kaguya.
Yeah.
And like what she is thinking of. And then it ends with her waking up and seeing the president's face, but you don't actually see his face. But it's
it kind of reinforces how much Kaguya does not like her family life.
Mm-hmm.
And how she's super rich and he's super poor and she'd rather leave and be with him.
Yep.
Yeah. There are multiple times where it addresses the fact that, like, her dad doesn't give a crap about her.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't ever really talk about her mom. She might not be in the picture. I don't know what we know.
I don't know.
I don't know what we know.
But
don't know.
we've had a couple memories of interactions with her dad, and just like, he's like, "Oh, you're here," and then he goes back to whatever business.
No, that wasn't a memory. That was actually in the show.
Yeah, she couldn't go shopping with her friends because her dad asked her to come.
Had to present her at some meeting.
And
basically.
then she showed up and he was like,
Cool.
Hey, how's it going?
hey.
And then
And
he's
then
like,
nothing happened.
and then he's like,
Anyway,
you should go away now.
but yeah, the ending kind of reinforces this idea that Kaguya doesn't like her family life,
Mhm.
and she loves being with her friends, right?
Because
Like,
they
when
actually care about
she's-
her.
What? When she's in the family life, it's like this dark, dreary blimp. And then when she gets out, she's with her friends, and they're in planes, and it's bright and happy. And it's a really cool motif.
And it's good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it's cool. Granted, this show is mostly shot from Kaguya's perspective.
Yes.
You obviously get a lot of time in the president's head as well, but most of the time it is spent with Kaguya and from her perspective and how she sees things, hence why it's called Kaguya-Sama, which I think is good because most of the time, like, she's the one planning things out, whereas Kaijo, the president, is kind of more thinking on his feet. But then those endings, or that's the normal ending.
It's good.
But the ending to episode 3
is the one that you showed me, and it's the reason
It's
why
why
I
we
watched it in
started
the
watching
first
the
place.
show. Yeah.
It is amazing. And if you have not watched it, it is the best piece of animation that I have seen from 2019.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, I've seen good animation and there have been better animation segments and stuff like that. But as far as shows from 2019, new things that have come out, right? It is the best. And it's just this 1 minute, 30-second long little dance that Chica does, which solidifies her as best girl.
Yeah. It's hard to argue.
It's hard
with
to
that.
refute it.
The song
Hard to argue
is
with
really,
how
really good.
amazing that is and how that would make her best girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if we were just given the base anime, no openings, no endings, it'd probably be Kaguya for me. Maybe.
Not narrator.
Narrator.
Maybe
Best
narrator.
girl.
Maybe narrator.
Maybe narrator.
It's a close, like, 3-horse race.
Yeah.
And then
Anyway.
you get that ending, and it's like, Chica, just kidding. It's like off screen, like Chica.
off screen so high.
That's how you go to this.
It's like a really cute dance, and really cute dances that 16-year-old anime girls do are a thing in the anime community.
And it's adorable.
Like, people have memorized the Haruhi dance, and this is kind of one of them.
Oh yeah, I saw.
Or it's a very simple dance. You don't have to know how to dance to be able to do it. You just memorize the moves, and the song is adorable.
Carry on.
And so it's really fun to watch. And every couple days I watch it just to watch it.
I should watch it more often.
And beautiful.
I have the song on my playlist, so like every once in a while, it'll come on, I'm just like.
I'm sorry.
Chica, chica.
Yeah, she says her name like a Pokemon,
She
and it's
says her
adorable.
name like a Pokemon? Oh, man.
Anyway, so
And then she lets
definitely the best ending.
go.
You need to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so adorable,
Even if you don't watch the show, watch that.
and it will cure your
Look it up.
depression.
But
Oh,
also
yeah.
watch the show
But also watch the show.
Also
because
watch
it's so good.
Another thing I think that this show does really well is just when it uses music, it does it pretty effectively. It's not outstanding. It's not like a Made in Abyss type of soundtrack, but it's still pretty good. And it uses both the opening and the ending, regular and special, have pretty good songs for it. And then the overall just background music, especially in the last 2 episodes, I think, were really good.
Yeah, for sure.
When they did all that fireworks stuff, that was
The fireworks was
really cool.
heart-wrenching a little
And
bit.
obviously, there's a firework thing because that's a thing in anime. There's always fireworks and there's always a beach scene and there's
Staples of anime,
Staples.
And we love them.
But yeah, I really liked the music for that episode, those episodes.
Mm-hmm. I guess we could talk about the fact that each episode is like there's segments.
Oh yeah,
The episodes aren't like a 21-minute story. It's like
little vignettes of
Yeah,
two
there's
or mostly
4.
3. Most of the time it's 3.
Sometimes, most of the time it's 3. Sometimes it's
4.
4.
A couple
And
of times
in
it's
an
2.
episode.
I think the first and the last episode only have 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the last one for sure just has the 2.
Yeah.
I don't know about the first one. It's been a while. No, maybe that one does have 3.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, most of them are vignettes, like just little stories from their lives.
And that's when you get like the narrator saying
Mm-hmm.
who won and who lost. And
Yeah,
stuff like that.
yeah.
But yeah, it's very good. Highly recommend it. If you enjoy laughing, highly recommend it. I just think that overall it's very funny.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a well-made show. It's well animated. They've got great facial reactions to a lot of what's going on.
Great voice actors.
Yeah, great voice actors. It's overall just really good. High quality show. 9 out of 10 for me. Do you want to give it a number? No? Cool.
I'd say 9 out of 10.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. If you guys did indeed enjoy, just leave a like down below. And if you have anything else to tell us, whether it's something that you liked about Kaguya-Sama or maybe you're looking to start watching it, just tell us down below in the comments. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and remember to always stay frosty. Bye-bye.